If you are thinking about moving to Northwest Arkansas, look no further. Today we're covering my personal tier list of the best cities in Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Huntsville, I could have moved to Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Colorado, Arizona, anywhere I wanted to in America, but I chose Northwest Arkansas. And it is by far the best place to live in America, by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, text me, let's meet up for coffee and talk about, again, why Northwest Arkansas is, again, the best place to live in America, by far. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, so yes, a little bit of an intro before we jump into the actual tier list. Now, this is obviously by no means an official tier list by everybody. This is just Phillip Shepard's personal tier list. A little bit of, like I said, intro. I researched all the cities around America first off, and I landed in Northwest Arkansas because, again, it is the best place to live in America. But inside Northwest Arkansas, I do prefer certain cities than other cities in the area itself, and that's what that tier list is. Now, in all fairness, if you want to be in far country, that's a different tier list. If you want to be in the downtown sections of all the cities, that's a different tier list. But these is a general tier list and kind of some pros and cons, we'll say, in some ways to actually kind of maybe narrow down what you're looking for when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. Again, personal tier list. This might not convey to you, but there's a good chance it probably will. And the first city on Phillip Shepard's tier list for best places to live in Northwest Arkansas, this will come at no surprise to anybody, but the first city that I always recommend people to look into is Bella Vista. If you're not familiar with Bella Vista, it's kind of a private city, that's a loose term, at the very edges in the north section of Northwest Arkansas. The reason that it always ranks number one, in my opinion, trail systems, lakes, recreation centers, pools, things to do, obviously plenty of trail systems when it comes to like even beyond just mountain biking, but it's hiking, it's running, it's walking. The pretty factor, it looks a lot like Pacific Northwest in a lot of ways, closeness to Bentonville, so it has a lot of good things going for it. It's getting Northwest Arkansas's first bike park, like that's super rare across America. They just don't exist, meaning like they actually usher you up to the top of the mountain and then you ride back down, then go back up again. So pretty cool stuff there. Very up and coming area, and the nice thing also is that every single home for the most part is not cookie cutter in Bella Vista. Very unique, tucked away, privatized. Love Bella Vista. The only con to Bella Vista that I really find is, if I'm being honest, is like there's not a lot of restaurants or like commercial there. That is changing just due to the nature of people moving in there, rezoning stuff, more money coming in, more businesses coming in. So that's changing pretty quickly. But at the current state right now, there's not a lot of restaurants, not a lot of commercial things to do. And the second city making Phillip Shepard's official tier list in Northwest Arkansas is Bentonville, Arkansas. The reason that I always mention Bentonville, and you're probably aware of this, is between the cute downtown area, all the businesses, all the food. The food is fantastic. The trail systems, the parks, all the innovation happening there. It is really kind of a sight to behold there, and partially due because if you came to Bentonville maybe 10, 15 years ago, which you probably haven't, it's a ghost town. Nothing was happening here. The Waltons and other parts of the Walton family, whether it's Tyson or JP Hunt, they're not part of the family, but a lot of investments happened into Bentonville, and by golly gee whiz, has it changed in the last 10 years. It really started with Crystal Bridges and obviously Alice Walton bringing so much artwork to really Northwest Arkansas. It started with the trail systems. It started with obviously Walmart building its massive new headquarters. It started with redoing all the roads. It started with all the cute downtown sections and the parks, the brand new kind of library, Momentary, 8th Street Market. I mean, there is so much to list why Bentonville ranks so high, not even across, honestly, Northwest Arkansas, but across America. People will fly across the world to come to Bentonville, obviously maybe visit with Walmart, visit to see Crystal Bridges, see the trail systems. There's a lot of things happening in Bentonville. Now, in all fairness, the home prices are a little higher. The ones, especially in the downtown, are certainly higher, but in the outskirts a little bit, the ones you still can ride your bike to the downtown section, I would consider they're still upper in the upper, like you could find something in like the 400s to 500s on a like kind of 4-bedroom house, definitely varied across all of Bentonville, but for the most part, it's still affordable, especially if you have a larger salary working for one of the vendors at Walmart, or if you obviously work for Walmart directly. And obviously there's many little, say, fingers beyond the Walmart ecosystem that are definitely directly attached to Bentonville. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check this place out. Maybe you're looking to see if it is the best place to live in America. Secret, it is. I made 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked below. So definitely download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. It sounds exactly what it is, literally. So enter your information below, names, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on First Thursdays? When's First Fridays? What's going on downtown Rogers? What's going on in Pinnacle? There are so many things all the time happening in Northwest Arkansas. Enter your name and email below and make sure you get that email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, you will get a little fear of missing out, a little FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third city that makes Phillip Shepard's official tier list in Northwest Arkansas is Fayetteville, Arkansas. Fayetteville is a fantastic area. The reason it makes it very interesting is because it's a very old town. If you like those kind of old towns that have a lot of more modern amenities, that's what Fayetteville is. It's been around forever. It houses the University of Arkansas, has a population of well over 100,000 people now. The school system is very good. The trail system is very good. They're always innovating and making new things in Fayetteville. Like for instance, they're making it kind of a brand new square on the far western side of Fayetteville near Mount Comfort. So that's a big win for Fayetteville. They have a huge thing called the Ramble in the downtown section of Fayetteville, Lower Ramble, then the Ramble, and then Upper Ramble, which is near Dixon. Dixon Street is great. Their Fayetteville library is just world class between technology, books, who'd have thought of that? Books and computers, and they have a recording studio in there, they have a restaurant in there, they have culinary classes in there. So Fayetteville really has it going on, plus the fact that a lot of the homes are historic. Not historic in the sense that they are like deemed historical, but they really do keep on top of like the historic homes that have been around since 1920 in Fayetteville. So if you want that kind of Fayetteville old town experience, Fayetteville's really, really good with doing that. And the fourth city that makes Phillip Shepard's official tier list of Northwest Arkansas, this is going to be a little bit of a sidestep. It's going to be Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Prairie Grove hits all those lines, those expectations of a classic Hallmark town. Tucked away in kind of like the beginning of the Boston Mountains, it's a downtown section set apart away from the highway, so super quiet. Great town, again, small downtown section, coffee shops, antiquing. One thing that makes Prairie Grove very unique is that kind of small town effect. There's very little development in comparison to other parts of Northwest Arkansas that actually exist in Prairie Grove. There's definitely some home building there, that's for sure. But overall, they keep the heritage of Prairie Grove really integrated. They have a square dancing competition that's lasted for like well over 70 years. Thousands of people show up every single year to see people square dance, specifically kids, because they are competing on a national level to go to nationals to then get college scholarships. So again, they have that every single year. They have the clothesline fair, they have Junk Ranch. It is that classic kind of Hallmark effect. Any photo that you take around Prairie Grove is going to be like, this belongs in a Hallmark movie. Experience of like the Hallmark town, very quiet, very older homes and mixed with newer homes. By newer mean like kind of larger scale Southern style homes. That is gonna be Prairie Grove in a nutshell. And the fifth and final town that makes Phillip Shepard's official tier list of Northwest Arkansas is going to be Johnson, Arkansas. Now this is gonna be, again, even more of a sidestep because there's other towns in there, Springdale, Rogers, that do fantastic. Rogers has great things going for it. We know that. Downtown sections and Pinnacle, we know that. But Johnson is kind of a weird angle I'm coming from. The reason being, Johnson isn't even really a city. You're like, what? What are you going here? It doesn't even have a zip code. But if you live near Johnson or very close to Johnson, it is a great place to live. They're doing massive developments, not even for housing, but for just cool things to do. A lot of coffee shops. You have Onyx Coffee over there with Hail Fellow Well Met. You have Pizzeria Ruby. You have a Johnson Square. And the reason I want to mention Johnson, because right across from the square, they're building a huge complex, multi-use, multi-zone building where there's apartment complexes. I say complexes, like, maybe like 5 stories tall, apartments, townhouses, a lot of businesses going in there. So if you want that kind of literally walk from your apartment to coffee shop, work there, get your bread, get your pizza, get restaurants, restaurants, go to Pilates, go to yoga, go to the gym, which is right down the road. It is that classic thing, that very small, tight New York style feel. Again, it's not massive by any shape or form, but it is going to give you that kind of vibrance of a New York style feel in Johnson, Arkansas. The other perk of Johnson, it is like a 30-second drive to 49. So if you are working in Walmart, working somewhere else, working for Tyson, whatever, so close to 49, like you can literally see it. It's not noisy. You don't actually see it, but it's like the noise maybe exists there. But again, it is kind of that classic New York feel with all those amenities right there in Johnson. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you have not been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally a package full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally a guide of all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas. Education, systems, anything, all the cool things to do here. Comes with that guide. Plus, it comes with the 3-day itineraries, which I mentioned before, and it comes with postcards, everything you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, and it comes with a handy-dandy Northwest Arkansas coloring book. Do it for the coloring book. I mean, come on now. Anyways, it's a literal package, literally shipped right to your home. Enter your name and address below. I'll make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite filler F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.